When you're in debt, you can feel a little bit helpless. And when you're in a position where you don't have a lot of income, you can feel a little bit stuck. But I'm here to tell you that you are not. Hi there, I'm Terry, financial coach here at Dow Jones, and I've helped thousands of women get out of debt even when they're making minimum wage or even on unemployment. Today, I'm going to give you 7 tips on how to get out of debt on a low income and kickstart a life of financial freedom. If you want to see more videos all about financial wellness, please be sure to subscribe. We do publish new videos every Monday. Hit that notification bell too. And if you want to hear the story of how our Dow Jones co-CEO went from $40,000 in debt to making passive income on her investments every single month, be sure to check out our masterclass. We'll put a link to that in the description below. The first tip is to evaluate your current financial situation. Before you start taking any action, take a moment to evaluate your current financial situation. It's important to have a thorough understanding of exactly what is your starting point. So, some questions to consider. First, do you know your net wealth? To calculate your net wealth, you're going to subtract your liabilities, this is what you owe, from your assets, that's what you own. Is it positive or is it negative? It's a really good indicator of your overall financial situation. How much do you owe? If you have debt that is spread across multiple sources like different credit cards, take some time to figure out exactly what are the amounts that you owe. How much is the interest rate on each of those debts? The interest rate is going to have a huge effect on how much money you end up owing. A huge reason that credit card debt is so dangerous is because the interest rate is so high. On average, credit cards have an interest rate of over 24%. Knowing the interest rate is also going to affect your debt repayment plan. I'll get to that in just a minute. So, how much money do you have going in and coming out every single month? If you've got more money going out than you have coming into your account every month, then you're never going to be able to get out of debt. Which brings me to tip number 2, creating a budget. Like I said, it's crucial to make sure that you aren't spending more than you're making. If you really want to get out of debt, then you may want to adopt a bare bones budget for a while. A bare bones budget is the one where you give up all those unnecessary expenses. So you might reduce or cut out your streaming services, no dinner out, no concerts, no tickets, no sporting events. To be clear, this is like an extreme option when you really badly need to cut expenses. It's kind of like crash dieting. It's not something that's sustainable as a long-term solution, but it can help you get a jump start to get ahead with your money. For a more sustainable option, what we recommend is the 50-30-20 budget. This is when 50% of your monthly income is spent on needs, 30% is spent on wants, and then you're saving or paying down debt with 20%. We did a whole video on this, and I will link to it in the comments below as well. Next up, I want you to explore other ways that you can increase your income. So if you can't really cut down on your expenses, then you might want to figure out how to make more money. There's a few different ways that you can increase your income, and the easiest is just to ask for a raise. We did a full video on exactly how to successfully ask for a raise, which I'll link in the description. But you might also need to look at starting a side hustle or having some additional part-time jobs. Lorianne did a whole video on how to choose and start the perfect side hustle last week, so we'll also link that below. We will also be coming out with other videos on ideas for side hustles, so make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out whenever that comes out. Next up is negotiating with your creditors. Contact your creditors to discuss your financial situation. They might be willing to lower your interest rates, reduce your payments, or even put in place a temporary hardship plan. Here's a few tips on how to negotiate with your creditors. Before you contact them, prepare a detailed overview of your financial situation, including your income, your expenses, and the reason for your financial hardship. This is going to help to show your creditors that you're serious and you've thought this through. Have a very clear idea of what you're asking for, whether it's a lower interest rate, a reduced monthly payment, or a temporary forbearance. This makes it easier for both of you to reach an agreement. Let your creditors know that you are committed to repaying your debt and that your financial hardship is temporary. This can make them more willing to work with you. If you do reach for an agreement, ask for it in writing. This ensures that both of you are on the same page and it protects you from any future misunderstandings that could happen. Keep records of all of your communication, including the dates, the names of the representatives you talk with, and the details of all of your conversations. This documentation can be really crucial just in case any disputes arise in the future. If you are interested in learning more about how to negotiate with your creditors, let me know in the comments below. Next up is considering debt consolidation. So you can explore options like debt consolidation loans or balance transfer credit cards in order to streamline your interest rates and have one monthly payment. If you are struggling to pay off a large amount of debt or you've got a lot of creditors, then debt consolidation can make the situation more manageable and less complex. Debt consolidation rolls multiple debts and typically high interest rates, such as credit card debt, into one single payment. Debt consolidation might be a good idea if you can qualify for a loan or a balance transfer card that has an interest rate that's lower than the interest rates that you are currently paying. That'll help you reduce the total amount that you're having to pay in order to get out of debt overall. So reorganizing your debt can help you get out of debt faster. You might want to consider debt consolidation loan if your monthly debt payments, including your rent or mortgage, are below 50% of your monthly income before taxes. If your credit is good enough to qualify for a 0% balance transfer credit card or a low interest personal line of credit, this means that you've got a credit score that's probably close to 700, 690 or higher. Your monthly cash flow needs to be consistent so that you are able to continuously pay towards that debt. You want to make sure that you can pay off those new balances within 5 years. Explore financial assistance. Look for government assistance programs, nonprofit credit counselors, or other local charities that might be able to provide financial assistance or they can help out with basic needs. This could involve looking at a debt management program or other employer assistance programs. Implement a debt repayment plan. Now that you've got all your ducks in a row, you just need a plan to pay off your debt. There are several different strategies that you can use, and each one has different advantages. Two of the most popular are the debt snowball method, which involves paying your smallest balances first, which is psychologically encouraging. It helps you to gain confidence so that you can really keep moving and you start to feel momentum faster. There's also the avalanche method, which is when you pay the highest interest first. This helps to actually save you more money over time. But what we actually recommend is kind of a combination of the two that we call your intelligent snowball method. This is when you pay the lowest balance first, so you get that quick win, and then we have you move on to those with a higher interest rate so that you're not paying so much over time. We've got a full video where Lorianne explains the intelligent snowball method in depth, so I'll make sure that I leave that in a link in the description. Final thoughts. Be patient and persistent. It may not be easy or fast, but if you continue taking steps forward, you can achieve a life of financial freedom and security. If you want to kickstart your debt-free life, then watch some more of our videos. I'll put up some suggestions in just a second. And like I said, if you want to hear the full story of how Lorianne went from $40,000 in debt to making money every month through her investments using our signature wealth building system, be sure to check out our free masterclass, and I will link to that also in the description. All right, take care. Thanks for watching.